New Village is not just a school. It's a place of healing. It's a place of love and a place of hope.
Coming here makes me feel proud.
You have all these extra opportunities because it's a small school.
Did you see the one last night?
It feels like there is something that you might miss if you don't come.
Academically challenging. It feels like right.
This is like my second family.
We want to create a space where students learn differently.
This is a special space to focus on the individual needs of a student.
You're helping people, you're working on the cars,
to open up their eyes for a new future.
Where they can be open.
I truly care about them, and they can trust me.
Without that trust, learning can't happen.
New Village is so unique.
There's a very strong sense of community here that I haven't felt anywhere else.
To be in an environment that is a sanctuary like this is very special.
It safeguards things, right?
I'm able to be who I am and also be a student.
We want kids to go very, very deep in their understanding of the world.
I love who I'm becoming and who I am today.
This school really showed me that there's hope.
The future looks very bright.
What we really want to do is to revolutionize education.
I want us to be at the front of something incredibly promising.
I've never really been in a regular school. I've always been in like different type of school. Once I was in a deaf school where we just learned sign language. Another was like a charter school. The teachers weren't right for me, maybe.
When a student starts at New Village, we know there was something somewhere that didn't work out.
I grew up in Echo Park. I've been from hotels to hotels because my parents couldn't find a place to live. I just felt like, oh, I'm a failure, I'm a disappointment, or I'm not smart.
We do everything on our end to prioritize healing and creating a space where she feels safe.
I like being protected. Making other people feel like that makes me happy, I guess. My old school, middle school, was every day kind of felt like the same thing. Well, if I'm just doing the same thing over and over again, what's the point of going?
Before I came to New Village, I would just leave school or I wouldn't show up. I used to fight a lot too.
I was born in Salvador. I am 60 years old.
When COVID happened, it was a difficult thing to start going to school again. The school that I did go to, it was a really strict school. I needed to be somewhere where I could feel comfortable and I could feel free.
Oftentimes, our voices are suppressed because we're so young.
One thing that brought me to New Village was the philosophy of looking at a student and a child as a person holistically.
I've been in a wheelchair for 3 years. I got shot. New Village has made me want to step out of my comfort zone.
The information I have can feel like a little bit of a user manual to understanding your mind and your body.
I just hope that one day I can talk about what happened.
Knowing how we feel, it has to start there.
I should be able to say it without crying.
You always have to speak the truth of where you are so that you can get to where you want to be.
I want to be better. I want people to motivate me to be better.
That was really good. There's a very strong sense of sisterhood.
What I like about the school is the community and the amount of freedom that the students get. The more that I started showing up, I started realizing and like seeing all the activities that they offered. Like this was a school that we could come to do our work, but also we could relax and we could feel more comfortable.
When we do projects, if they have an idea, I have the freedom to say, yeah, let's roll with it.
Our students are strongly encouraged to understand what makes them tick.
Thank you for coming to my exhibition. It means a lot to see so many of you guys here. I will talk a little bit about origami and then give a little story about how I got into origami.
We have to think about the impact that our girls are having on the future generation. We're part of that change, part of that hope.
Came to the United States, to Los Angeles in 2017.
My mom got kidnapped by gangsters. That's when my mom decided we're not safe in here.
We were coming with only $800. Since I was in elementary school, I want to graduate from the high school. I became a mom when I was in 9th grade. When I realized that I couldn't graduate there, it was like really painful for me. I found the best school I can possibly find in New Village. I found like a house. I found like a family here.
I think this place helped me realize a little bit more who I was. I was able to do activities where I could think about myself and think about my thoughts and think about who I was. My essential question is, what are personal values and why are they important? My values are super important to me. I don't just value those things, I manifest them in my life. I was realizing how much the staff and the teachers, they were super involved and they wanted to see me succeed. When has that ever happened? When have I ever felt like this? I'm just really grateful that I could be a mom and be a student and feel like I could still do it.
We are a part of the community. Everything that's happening in and around our area is really influenced by what we do here.
I never knew that in high school you can have an internship.
It's really an opportunity to explore different skills and knowledge that maybe they haven't been exposed to.
Right now, for my internship, I'm doing pottery.
Patience and persistence are integral to success with clay.
We have a lot of freedom. We don't really have specific things that we have to make.
You have to show up, you have to work, and you have to be ready for things to not go right.
We're just kind of like getting the tools to make whatever we want.
It teaches us so many things.
We got to see the plants slowly transitioning into vegetables.
When we teach mindfulness and gardening, we try to teach in a way that shows its connection and its relationship to all that we do.
We could just pick them from our garden and cook with them.
It isn't just one thing, it's a whole community that's coming together to make it possible to have what they have.
There was a sunflower. We took out the seeds, we salted them, we put them in the oven.
For anything to be a success, it takes a community.
I've also eaten blackberries straight from the garden.
We like to have co-teachers, not just one person, but have a team of people. And we wanted to bring somebody who had a connection to the girls, had a connection to the school.
You may be wondering why I'm still here. I love it. I graduated thanks to the help of all the staff here at New Village. I'm back here teaching gardening and mindfulness as an instructor for an organization called Green Arrow Collab. It makes me feel like I'm making a change into my community. Students not only see me as what I was before, maybe a student, maybe a friend of theirs, they can see themselves in that same position once they graduate. And I could only dream about all the lives that I'll be able to change, just like mine was changed. I see my girls who maybe have started in 9th or 10th grade with me. They're graduating and I'm watching them pursue these life goals, huge goals.
If I were to tell my younger self, the one who was failing all her classes, that she would end up at the #1 public university, I wouldn't believe it.
The way that we see life is how we overcome our challenges.
I came to New Village right after the pandemic, when everything switched to remote learning. I started failing all my classes. I wasn't even really thinking of my future. New Village helped me find my voice and find what I wanted to do, what I was passionate about.
We at New Village are doing everything we possibly can to make sure that we're creating leaders.
I was really glad to just be around women helping other women. I want the girls who come from the same backgrounds as me to know that they belong in college or in whatever career they want to be in.
This is our imprint on the community that we live in.
It's crucial that we work towards a bias-free community.
On the world that we're trying to create.
We need to ensure that young girls know they are capable of holding their position in power.
There are still disparities in pay, there are still disparities in educational attainment.
And just knowing that whatever role they choose to be in, to just not back down from that.
Our girls will leave here ready.
It's been a journey being a mom, a student, and most importantly, a career person, a professional. I arrived here when I was 4 from Mexico. I loved school. I would work in the office answering the phone. I would help teachers grade homework. When I got to 5th grade and they created this lunch club called Girls Going On to College, I was like the first one to sign up. 10th grade came around and more gangs, drugs. I was starting to see a lot of domestic violence at home. My decisions were more impulsive. I met my son's father, who became the center of my world. I ended up at Belmont Continuation School, where I was doing worksheets and a textbook. I lost interest. Later, I found out I was pregnant because he had choked me so hard that he sprained my neck. After being in the hospital, I realized that I loved my son and myself too much. I went to the LAUSD building. I got my transcripts. I got to New Village. I met Mr. Guzman. He saw me for who I wanted to be in that moment. My life completely changed. So once I started New Village, the door opened. I had a great teacher, Ms. Benitez, a powerful woman. She made it seem like we could aspire to be just like her. That happy, social Anna was back. I graduated from Cal State LA in 2020. Now I am Anna, recruiting associate at Activision Blizzard. I'm here showing everyone that it's possible.
We have a responsibility to our future generation.
These girls, they're going to be the next leaders of our society. We want to be part of that.
I was someone with a highly individual brain who needed a lot of hand-holding. I was lucky enough to have that just like built in with my family, and I worry about the people who don't.
We need a wide community of people bringing everything they have to give the girls the most exposure to what's possible and what they can become.
My hope is that when they leave here, they have something that can never be taken away, a shift in their sense of self and their sense of what's possible and who they can be in the world.
The first step is just being interested in supporting, to really see that something special is happening here.
My experience here at New Village has been one of the most important things I have done.
We, as a school, need to constantly evolve.
The only way for education to survive and be successful is to be adaptable.
Everything is in direct response to our girls and their families.
We need to make sure that there are as many ways to educate students as there are students. It has to be tailored. It has to be personalized. In that way, New Village is very much ahead of the curve.
How amazing is that? To have a school that can always stay relevant. It's beautiful.